Hi, I'm Terry White with Design Your Life with Terry White. And on this show, we hope to inspire you, not show you everything exactly how to do it your own way, but inspire you to be the unconventional gardener and think outside the box. This first project that I'm going to talk about is under the heading of what do you do when critters have completely destroyed your garden and you've got a wedding 5 weeks from now in this garden. So I'm trying to think outside the box. This what used to be Scottish moss, and the critters for some reason think that these little pods of the starter plants are grub worms, and they would dig them up every single night. And I finally gave up and said, okay, I'm moving it somewhere else where I can put it in a cage. But you can see that I'm placing corks as my mulch or as my interest factor. We've shown you that before, just where I have dumped the loose corks, but in this particular project, I wanted them to be a little bit more formal and a little bit more regimented. So I'm stacking them up very tightly and very close. And then you'll also see over here, later in the show, I'm going to show you how to quickly plant a ground cover that will take place. It won't work for the night before a party, but it will certainly work for 3 weeks out if you just think about it. And there used to be some parsley in here, but it had seen the end of the season. So instead, I decided to put the Stonecrop sedum here that we'll talk about in a bit. Okay, this is stringy Stonecrop succulent that I'm going to show you under the theme of this particular show of how to completely get your garden ready for a garden party. It is fall in Tennessee, and if you're going to have a garden party, this is when you should do it. But this is a little clump of it here, and I just wanted to show you how easy it is to pick it up. This all around here is some that I just cast down because I wanted the Stonecrop to be all around the new rock edge. This is out in front of the house. This is one of the quickest tricks for getting ready for a garden party. Go and buy something at the garden center that is blooming, and you don't even have to take the time to plant it, but you can just take it out of the pot if the pot is not black. If the pot is black, I've been known to put it there.
Just leave it in the pot?
Yeah. Oh. Until I get around to planting it. This is not for long term. This is for a quick party fresh up. And these holes that I'm filling in, they were just underperformers, things that didn't like our really, really hot summer. But then all of a sudden, the entire wild color garden is full again. And it didn't take any time at all. We're back to the Stonecrop sedum as being sort of a quick fix for a raw dirt area. This is the Stonecrop that I pulled from the front bed. And all I'm going to do is sort of shred it and spread it. Now I will, will make my hand quite dirty. I'll take just a handful of topsoil and just sprinkle it. You do not have to cover it, you do not have to plant them. But that's it. And in about 2 weeks or 3 weeks, that will be almost like a carpet. I'll show you some that I did 3 weeks ago. Okay, this is some of the Stonecrop that I planted just like you have seen. about 3 weeks ago, and you see it has already perked up, attached itself to the ground, but I've done this entire section. A lot of this section had to be redone because of critter damage this year, and I didn't have the moss to replace it with, so this is a quick fix for the party. Okay, another quick fix, night before party. I went through the garden this morning, and the rain, what little bit we've had, bent over some heads, and I just harvested a few of them, and I am going to stick them in this pot and touch the dirt with the end of it just to make it a little more lush, a little more blooming, and they will root. These that I'm sticking them in are Annabelles that I rooted last fall, and I have not put them in the ground due to the drought. It's much easier to keep them wet and damp in a pot. Okay, these are the limelight hydrangeas, and you'll see where I stuck some in last fall as well. I never got around to planting them for the same reason, but I'm having a party, so I want a little more color. So I just went out and cut a few of the blooms that were not visible to the eye, because I have a hard time cutting those blooms, and I'm sticking them in the ground, and they will root, and it also really perks up this large planter, which will be very visible and highly seen for my friend's wedding that is here in 5 weeks. That's why I decided that maybe this week we would talk about quick fixes, just quick fixes. Thanks for watching again, our little adventure in trying to get ready for a party. I have an appointment here in a few minutes, so I've done what I call a mock-up of sort of the feel that a particular wedding will have for the bride to see and get excited about, hopefully. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.